Hey guys, Chris from Parabolic Signals here. Market update. I left this update from yesterday because I wanted to see what Ethereum would do in the market. And as you can see, Ethereum has moved back up into this channel, which can be very bullish. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, of course, I'm going to say this to you again. Trade the market upwards with a stop loss, because this entire pattern that I've been saying for a while now can still play out. And I don't want you guys to get caught out because my data still points to a looming drop in Bitcoin as well as Ethereum. And this whole pattern that I see playing here will cause, and this happened, I'm going to show you the repeating, it's a kind of a repeating pattern or repeating fractal that happens in the market when there is this whole confluence of a drop, and I will show you what that looks like with Bitcoin. If you guys look at Bitcoin, this whole situation here where it will suddenly just move up in the market. Just give me a sec. If you guys look at what happened with Bitcoin at 64,000, I'm going to tell you about this this whole movement here, where this pattern of a rollover will just suddenly repeat itself. And you guys do not have to worry about the timing, because at some point this can easily happen. When Bitcoin was dropping, and you guys might not have been in the market, I don't know when you've entered the market, when you haven't entered the market, but when Bitcoin was doing this whole move, Ethereum was exploding. And Ethereum, I believe, went from roughly $1,800 all the way up to $4,300. So I want you guys to be very careful. There is bullish momentum in the markets, but I want you to be careful because I also want you to watch Bitcoin. At some point, you guys, I don't care about this whole move within this whole space. Even I will not care too much about this move with Ethereum until I see Bitcoin jumping up above this whole area right here. So what the possibilities are is that at this point, because Ethereum has finally made its move to the upside, is that Bitcoin still may struggle within this area, in which case this whole pattern, this repeating fractal, will just suddenly bring the market down. So again, guys, I want you guys to trade the market upwards with a stop loss, because at some point, and if you look at some of the other coins, they are just rolling over the same way as Bitcoin. So at this point, again, I'm still not bullish. If you guys go look at my past videos, I'm not going to be extremely bullish in this market until I see Bitcoin move up. Ethereum has already made its move to the upside, which of course is positive. It moved back up into this channel here. And all it means is that this whole move is just delayed. So I'm not going to be too extremely bullish. This is a Bitcoin at 58,000, where Ethereum has 3,800. Okay, so again, you guys can re-enter the market, but this is just safeguarding the capital, because I was waiting for this whole scenario in Ethereum. And so I don't want you guys to be too extremely bullish, because all it means is that it has been extended, but this drop at some point will happen. It's one thing to see it not happen here, but it's a totally other thing to not see it happen here, where you become too bullish and then the market just suddenly drops. I'm just warning you guys that this pattern can easily still play out, just at a higher time frame. So if you look at DOT, and we're gonna get into some math here about the coins that you're trading, so that you don't get too extremely bullish. And if you look at DOT is making its move. This pattern will be invalidated just only at a higher time level. So if you guys look at this, you could argue to say that this whole shape that I've created is just in a smaller form. The handle just developed and suddenly we're gonna go bullish here. But at the end of the day, you guys can trade this up. You can see that it's moving beyond 30, but make sure that you're placing this stop loss, because all it means is that this pattern will play out, but just at a different time level. So you guys can re-enter the market. A lot of influencers are gonna say that this is the cup and handle, but I'm still being very cautious. So I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm not gonna change this. And again, until Bitcoin moves past this trend line, this will be Polkadot. I'm going to reevaluate the data as to when this whole move, this whole scenario of a drop will play out. Okay, so if we go look at, I'm just gonna take a look at Bitcoin again, because again, I'm gonna show you guys again, I don't know when you guys have entered this market, but this whole pattern here is where, I think it was roughly about here, is when Ethereum started to take off, Bitcoin rolled over and the markets dropped. And that's when you saw that big drop. And I am still not going to be bullish until I see this move above Bitcoin, where it moves above 58,000, upwards to a trajectory of around 89,000 Bitcoin. So that can happen, you guys. So again, just trade the markets upwards with a stop loss. It could be that this whole drop scenario is just going to get delayed, and that they will pull the markets down at a later point. They get everybody so bullish. This is not a bull market, you guys. I'm gonna repeat that 100 times, it doesn't matter. This is no bullish bull market into which this to me is just an induced bull run. A true bull run is you're gonna witness something much different. And so you can be bullish all you want, and I'm gonna get into the mathematics of why that is. Versus the math that I see. If you guys become bullish because you guys see these moves happen, I want you guys to use the coins as a way of obviously earning money. That's obvious. But not to be married to a specific project or a specific coin. And I'm gonna go over some of the coins now that you can enter into which they have not really made any moves. If you guys look at other coins like Quant, give me a sec here. This also too is showing signs of bullish activity where this whole move will be just simply delayed. And I'm going to just wait for Quant to enter back in which you can see a $230 Quant. But again, you guys, it has already, until it passes this threshold and doesn't want to roll over like Bitcoin, I will not become too extremely bullish, and I will just wait for Bitcoin to make its move so that I don't just suddenly get caught out of the market. It's just protecting my capital. Now, some of you guys are going to be asking, well, Chris, the market has suddenly moved up. You were wrong about your prediction. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that I am not going to be too extremely bullish. And there is very, very good reason for that, you guys. I do not want to experience this for you. This whole event from here to here, so this is 1700 Ethereum. These are perfect bottoms for, you could argue to say that these are perfect bottoms into which we become bullish. A triple bottom. But this move here from May 11th, again, this was the Bitcoin drop, to May 22nd, happened in all of 10 days. It was just a gigantic waterfall drop. In which case, if you bought anywhere above this level here, if you bought anywhere above this level, this whole market is still, it's not really bullish. And because a lot of these people are still looking to get their money or a hodl, but the hodling does not bring Ethereum suddenly to $6,000. Even though some of those altcoins have done that, Ethereum and Bitcoin will struggle to do that. And so sometimes what will happen is that a Bitcoin will just drop and it'll drag the whole market down. So again, guys, I see this still happening. I want you guys to be very careful here, but just trade the market upwards with a stop loss. Reason I tell you not to get married to a coin is because if you sold here at 3,100 and you got back at 3,400, if you're looking to double your money, Ethereum is not a good coin to get into in order to double your money, because I do not see Ethereum doing this. So that you guys are clear, I do not see Ethereum just suddenly bouncing up here and just taking off, where it just suddenly spikes up into $8,000 and doubles its money. But if you guys look at, say, T-Fuel, it has not moved yet. So it is sitting here. Yeah. So if you guys look at T-Fuel, you can easily get into T-Fuel still. I will re-enter T-Fuel as soon as it moves above here. Then I will enter T-Fuel right around 34 cents, and then I will watch it move up in the market. Again, trading with a stop loss. Theta has not moved yet. And again, you guys can get married to the coins if you want. But for me, I just use it as a way to make profit. Let's look at the 1 hour. So this is not really a cup and handle. This is kind of like an indication that somehow the market is just going to roll over and it's going to repeat this pattern. But since it has already broken this line of confluence here, okay, this broke out, and this also to this pattern should just repeat itself, in which case theta will just move up. So you can buy theta. Theta is a good buy. It could easily spike all the way to $16 for theta. Okay. Dot. A dot, you just trade upwards with a stop loss, because she's wanting to move up to this $38 level. Okay, this will move up, and I'm not gonna, again you guys, I'm not gonna take this pattern out. It just means that it's gonna happen at just a later date. That's all. And I will reevaluate the markets at that time. So there's a good likelihood I will re-enter dot, and I will just trade this up with a stop loss until I see this repeating pattern play out like this. Okay, because it will happen, you guys. At some point the market will just roll over and drop, and Bitcoin will do this move right here, this whole entire move. It will just take it down the same way. It'll just bring the markets down, and I don't want you guys not being able to buy dot at $10 again and selling at 50. So we're just gonna wait for that to happen. For me, I'm gonna re-enter the market, but I'm going to only trade upwards with that stop loss. And if you guys don't know how to do that, I highly suggest you learn how to do that. So that's the market update, you guys. Again, I had to wait for this move in Ethereum in order to become bullish, but I'm not gonna be too bullish, you guys. I'm just gonna say that I can tell you guys that 1,000 times, but we are in no bull market. A bull market does not behave this way, where it just suddenly just rolls over, and then suddenly we're just going to suddenly drop here because you know, you guys are looking to make your money. You can hold Ethereum long term if you want, but I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you guys want to experience these waterfall pullbacks or drops in the market. If we look at a much larger time frame, you can see here that this is this gigantic cup and handle, and until I see the correction into the marketplace, if you guys look at my prior videos, this is the, if you guys remember, this is the whole catapult event, to which this event will just, this is like the elastic to which they pull back the iron in the kettle. And this market will have to drop at some point here. It will just suddenly waterfall drop, to which they can then set up the catapult. This is the catapult area, and then eventually this market will go extremely bullish. It'll just launch like this. It'll just go ballistic. Excuse me. So again, guys, I'm not too bullish. I'm not going to be telling you that I'm going to be over predicting the market, but I am not going to be just suddenly expecting Ethereum to double my money in the next 2 months. There is no expectation of that at all. So if you guys want to be one of those moon boys on Twitter and you know, you guys want to get too excited about this whole scenario, I'm gonna wait for the pullback personally for Ethereum, but I will still trade this little move here, and I will just even if Ethereum does want to pull higher and it wants to make an all-time high up to about 6,400 like this, I will still wait out this whole scenario. Just give me a sec here. I will trade the market up with a stop loss, and then I will wait for that correction to happen in the market, and then I become extremely bullish. And believe it or not, next year sometime, this whole market will have a launch control signal from Parabolic about this whole movement, because I do not see it just staggering and just staggering and staggering and following the SP 500. It's not going to do that, you guys. You guys are going to experience some type of waterfall drop before this follows the SP 500. The SP 500, you guys, when it corrects, and I'm gonna reiterate this 100 times to you guys, when the SP 500 corrects, it's going to drag this market extremely down. It's going to just, it's just gonna be an event. You will not see it happen. You will not understand why it happens, or you guys will just get caught out. And you'll be wondering, how is it that I got into Ethereum way back below $800? Bitcoin, $300, Bitcoin, $15,000. You guys will not understand that, but I will. And I'm gonna reiterate that 100 times. Trade the market upwards with a stop loss, because at some point you will get caught out, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. So that's the market update, you guys. You guys have any questions, reach out to me in the chats, and we'll talk soon. Take care.